looks good.
Right. Oh, I forgot to close Zoom. And now I close Zoom. So now it should be at full capacity. It looks like a little uneven for some reason. I think it's good enough. Do you want me to adjust the camera a little bit? I feel like it's probably fine.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit?
Yeah.
I don't want to mess up the focus. Is this no, wait.
The other way. Yeah, that's good.
It was way more even before that.
Maybe we should have left it. I think that might be good and we're tripping.
That's good?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good. Okay. All right, you want to go test the sound?
Sure.
All right, Jason. All right. Sean, we're gonna go test the sound. You can give Sean some things to say in the middle of the podcast, so he knows whether or not it's good.
Hello. Yo. Yeah, that sounds
How
pretty
about
good.
back here? If you're talking back here, what's it sound like?
If I'm talking back,
Yeah, we're gonna be like this. You know what I'm saying? When we're chill, like just sitting on the couch, like you casually are.
Yo, what's up?
And it's like, hey, what's up, Sean? How's it going?
What's up, Sean? How's it
Exactly.
going?
Hey, what's good?
I know these gas prices has just been high lately.
I know, isn't it crazy? Them gas prices,
Oh God,
they
bro.
just keep going up.
That is great content right there.
Sounds good.
I'll tell you that.
All right.
Oh wait, let's talk about your friend being a football player.
Huh?
Let's talk about your friend being a football
My
player.
boy Aziz joining the Chargers.
The Chargers.
Yeah, shout out to him,
All right,
man.
you want to give us an introduction, Sean?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. What do you do was back? It's your
What's
boy,
going
King
on?
Cuddy. That guy is cough drippy.
Right.
And right here, this guy right here, give it up for none other than my younger brother, Jason Kenny,
Wow.
in the building.
An honored guest on our show here tonight.
Super
Jason.
honored guest, super dope. I've known him for his entire life.
So have I.
Yeah.
So have I. Since
He is
you were-
also, yeah, we've both known him for his
Right,
entire
right,
life,
right.
man.
I was in this house for like 2 weeks of my life. Then I left.
Yeah.
And this is like now now you're in the house again. So it's like 2 weeks in one day.
Yep.
Exactly,
There you
bro. Jason's got a long history with us here and, in turn the podcast. So
Yeah.
welcome. He was just here with us just because we were shooting a movie and he wanted to come through and help.
Yeah.
So
Should we talk about that?
yeah, sure, we can talk about it. So anyway, I don't know how much I've told about this short film that we're doing.
Yep.
But so it's called The Break Line. It's about this guy named Jordan who used to be a track runner when he was in elementary school, middle school, high school. But his coach, who was also his father, was very emotionally and verbally abusive to him. So he abandoned track running. He was like, I'm not going to do that anymore. It's too painful. But now into his adult life, he wants to get back into it. But every time he starts running, he thinks about everything that his father told him. So with the help of a friend and training, he kind of trains not only his body, but his mind. And it's really, really cool. We do a lot of risky things. I think I do a risky thing in every part of the process of making a movie.
Sean got some injuries on this one.
I
Sean,
did.
He didn't walk away unscathed.
I'm also starring, so I'm playing Jordan,
Mhm.
who's the main character.
He's the actor director. Is that Orson Welles?
I usually am not a fan of the actor director route,
I know
but
you talked so much trash about actor.
I talk
directors
mad
already.
trash. Like, look, I've met so many actors, and it's not to hate because I think acting is such a difficult job. Actually, it's to give like proudness to the fact that acting is such a difficult job.
Right.
How are you going to convince me that you're acting and directing at the same time?
It's fair enough, but I mean, a lot of directors have done it. You know what I'm saying?
And I'll admit, like, there are a few that are like fantastic at it, right? Ben Affleck is
Right.
one.
Did he direct Gone Girl?
I don't think so. I don't think he directed Gone Girl, but he directed was it Argo?
Oh yeah.
He directed Argo.
Oh.
I think he also directed The Town.
So you're acting tomorrow, Jason?
Mhm.
Snap.
Jason is playing the younger version of me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Me in the past with my actual father.
Just talking about how my brother Jay played a younger version of me before, so it's classic. You know
I
what
feel
I'm
like you
saying?
gotta go the
Classic.
brother route. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
was it Smallville?
I don't
I don't remember which show
Dude.
did this.
Did you know? Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say that there's an actor in Smallville. I think his name is Sean Ashmore. He has a brother who was Iceman in the X-Men movies.
Oh, you're talking about they're twins though, aren't they?
Yeah, they're twins.
Yeah, they're twins.
I don't know if it was Smallville or a different show or movie, but they would like switch with each other for a couple
Really?
shots. Yeah.
Did you know that Tom Hanks's brother voices? Everybody knows that Tom Hanks voices Woody in Toy Story famously.
Word.
But for the toys and the video games and all that stuff, his brother voices Woody. And for like a short here and there, his brother voices Woody because it's like Jim Hanks or something like that.
Whoa. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, look, if you want to find someone that's similar to XYZ actor, just go for the bloodline. You know what I mean?
Right.
Go for the blood.
Yeah.
So I get it. You know, I want to see a movie with the Washingtons. Is it the Washingtons?
What are you talking about?
I think it's I forgot the guy from Tenet.
Like George Washington?
No, not George Washington. I think the guy from Tenet. I think his name is Jason David Washington or something.
Ironic that his name starts with Jason.
I'm not sure that his name starts with Jason. It might be John David Washington or something like that. But his father is oh God, what's his name?
Let's get Denzel in there too.
Denzel Washington is his dad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was gonna say that, like we talked about Fences last time.
That's what I'm saying. He should have gotten his actual son to be in that movie. But that actor directors, yes, Denzel Washington is a fantastic.
Oh yeah, didn't he direct Fences?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, so he's fantastic. There's like two more I would put in there, but my issue is that a lot of actors, and that's not all of them, but a lot of actors think they can just do both willy-nilly, and it's like. I feel like you can do both. That's silly
nilly. You know what I'm saying?
It's silliness. It's silliness.
Willy nilly. Silly. Anyway, it's National Podcast Day.
Oh,
you know what that means? It's the day that we record a podcast.
That makes a lot of sense. Happy National Podcast Day
for
everyone who ever supported our podcast or is listening or. You know, just like to see some of our clips, even or just support us in love. I appreciate that.
Thank you very much. And as you can see, we're in person here together.
Why don't we take a day off for National Podcast Day?
Yeah, why don't we take a day off?
Think about Labor Day. People that do labor take it off.
So this episode's actually never going to air because we actually are taking a day off.
We're taking a day off. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, sorry. You won't see this till like tomorrow.
Word.
It's like,
Word. Yeah, sorry, man. But yeah, it is National Podcast Day. Luckily, I'm in town actually to shoot this movie, so we can actually do it together and not over. It's not even over Zoom that we do it. It's like our double live system. So.
Oh yeah, our double live system.
Our double live system.
Yeah, something like that.
Wait, Sean, didn't you say something about your your teammate on when you in high school that is now a football player?
Oh, you mean he's always been a football player if you really want to get down.
Well, he got drafted to the Chargers, right?
Yeah. All right. So I'll quickly mention this because this is kind of exciting. So my friend, his name is Aziz Diamande. I used to go to high school with him. I used to play football actually back in high school, my freshman and sophomore year with him. But he's been playing football even before that and way after that.
I remember. Back in the day,
dude. Aziz is a fantastic player. Just like watching him, like he's dedicated. He went on to play football at I think it was Lafayette. He played over there. And then recently he got drafted into the Chargers. So now he's going full NFL. Shout out Aziz, man. You are genuinely the GOAT, dedicated. You understand, there is a 2% chance. Is it 2%?
Yeah,
I don't know.
More or less, for, it's
college,
2%.
2% to get into college football and 0.5% to get in the league.
Right. So
Jason's our football expert on the podcast.
This guy knows. This guy knows
to give the stats. What percentage do most football players give when going into each game?
But yeah, it's
110. You get it?
No, I don't actually.
Oh, it's like every interview with any football player ever. It's like, yeah, you just got to give 110%.
Oh, yeah, they do say that. Actually.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Always give 110%. They always have the same voice too. Yeah, we try to give like 110%.
I think they stopped saying it because it was like so cliche.
It's so
Like every interview, you just got to give 110%.
You gotta do. I just try my best. Put the
yeah.
work in. I hear that a lot too. Like put the work in. But anyway, shout out to him going to the NFL. It's very unlikely for a person to be able to go all the way, but let him be a shining example of someone that's like, you know, if you truly want something, you work every day towards it, you can have it.
It's kind of what Sean's short film is about.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that segue.
Yeah, that was good, man. Yeah, so my short film is kind of about that. And the character Jordan, he starts off kind of like not really believing in himself. He doesn't think he can make it all the way. He's falling in and out of his love with track. And then kind of throughout the short film, he reestablishes that connection with his mind and his body. But because like in the beginning, he hasn't been running often. He's unathletic. He kind of goes from, you know, I don't want to say super fat, but unathletic to athletic. So right now or the past couple of months, actually, like past 6 months, I've been trying to gain weight. You know what I mean? I don't want to flash them, but
like Sean and I are semi-method, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we go all out for it, you know.
No,
I grew my beard out for Who Avenged Mr. President.
Yeah,
like, all the way.
We gotta talk about that a little bit more later as well, because that's doing its festival run right now.
Yeah, have you seen that, Jason?
I think a little bit, yeah.
Oh snap! Yeah, well now you'll have to see the festival version, the director's cut.
Exactly.
What do you mean the director's cut?
Oh, well, I'm glad you asked.
I'm glad you asked. We did a whole a different cut of the movie because it took maybe 4 years to shoot the whole project in total. There's 3 installments. One of them was during high school. I did another installment during college. And then I did another installment, or the final installment, really, kind of in that in-between period when I was out of college. So
I want to say that was like January of my senior year of college. So 2022 January.
Then we shot it, yeah.
I believe so. Maybe some in December as well.
Yeah. It was snowing, so yeah.
It was snowing. Was it snowing in the first? No, yeah, it wasn't snowing in the first one, but in the third one, it's snowing.
Third one, it's snowing.
Yeah.
It looks really, really cool.
Keep an eye
man.
out for that.
Yeah, please keep an eye out. It's doing its festival run right now. I gotta put it on IMDb at some point.
Yeah.
So.
What's IMDb?
It's like
LinkedIn. I guess you wouldn't know what
it's
LinkedIn
like
is.
It's like where you find if you want to like look up a movie and like see which actors are in it or who directed it and all that stuff. It's just like an index of like all that stuff. Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
It's convenient.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Super duper cool.
Yeah.
So I gotta add that to IMDb at some point. But yeah, that's doing its festival run. It's looking pretty cool. I'm excited for it.
Is the poster like? Are we able to like showcase the poster?
We can definitely showcase the poster.
Okay, can I put it as like part of the thumbnail for this episode or something?
Oh yeah, I'll send it your way, man.
Right,
it's so
good.
I love that project. I'm kind of sad to know that it's like over.
I know. It was a good time. Hey, you never know.
You know, 2 more years, we'll do another installment.
We might have to do Toy Story 4. You know what I'm saying?
Toy Story 4, that shot, really. Yeah, it's just like it just felt like every 2 years we'd come in and do another installment of the series. So it's kind of, but this is kind of like the climactic end. Who Avenged Mr. President? So anyway, I did do a cut for festivals that puts all 3 installments together. So it's kind of like just one big story. That one I'll release to the public at some point. It's not up right now, but it's cool. It's cool. You just watch straight through, and you can see like how people grow and change because it's like everyone's a child in the first installment, and everyone becomes adults in the third installment.
Quick little recast in there.
A little brief recast because some of us just kind of like disappear, man.
Some people aren't available, you know, like 4 years later.
Where is that guy? I don't know. That's the thing. It's like we weren't planning it so
it was just
specifically when we did the first installment.
Right. It was just a high school project.
Yeah, it was just a project. It came out kind of cool, and then after the fact, it's like, wait, this is so cool.
Yeah.
And there's so much about the world and the lore that we haven't explored yet that might be interesting. So we delved deeper into it. And when it came to do the third installment, and we had to bring back some returning characters.
Of course.
You know, we found pretty much everybody, which was surprising.
Yeah, I think it was only the one we had to recast.
Yeah.
Which happens. I mean, hey, they recasted Rhodey in in the MCU.
They recasted Red Skull in the MCU.
Wait, they did?
Yeah.
Wait.
I mean, who's really gonna notice though?
Really?
It's like Red Skull.
That's the thing. Who's
Wait,
gonna
wait, wait.
Yeah,
I
who's
didn't
gonna
notice at
notice?
all. They must have gotten a pretty good impersonator.
They did.
The guy who was at like the Cliff of Doom was different than the guy in the first Avenger.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
The voice is like, it's pretty much spot on, so you wouldn't
Right.
notice. But
You are failing, guy.
you are failing. Yo, Hugo Weaving is one of the most fantastic actors ever.
But Rhodey got recasted.
Oh yeah, it was Terrence Howard.
In Iron Man 1.
So have you ever seen Empire?
Empire.
It was like this old show that Sean and I used to watch.
back in like 2012. Or something.
Where would you know Terrence Howard from? What
Best
is-
Man? Is it Best Man? Think Like a Man? No, it's Best Man.
All right, I'll show you a picture from IMDb of
Yeah,
Terrence
he's kind of
Howard.
more, I won't say he's an old actor, but his heyday was kind of like a decade ago. I feel. Maybe 2 decades ago, actually. He's a big 90s actor.
He's a big guy though, a big like name. So they were paying him a lot of money. This guy,
That guy.
does he look familiar to you?
He played
No.
Rhodey in Iron Man 1.
To everyone,
Yeah, I don't think I
He's
can
light
see
skinned?
him from there. Yeah, he's light skinned.
he's not Don Cheadle, but in Iron Man 2, he's Don Cheadle.
Yeah, in Iron Man 2, they replaced him with Don Cheadle. And honestly, I think Don Cheadle has a better chemistry with Robert Downey Jr.
I think so too. I doubt you've seen any of this stuff, Jason. But
I think Terrence Howard is slightly cooler in the role. Like,
oh,
he's
he was in
just-
Crash.
Huh?
He was in Crash.
With Jason Statham? No, he wasn't.
Wait a second.
With Jason Statham?
Is Jason Statham in Crash?
I thought he was in Crash. Oh, maybe I'm thinking of Crash 2.
Wait a second.
Might be.
Him and Don Cheadle were in Crash.
That's crazy.
That's like
That's so
that sounds
Crash.
illegal. Like both roadies were
In a movie together.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we had to do a recast for Who Killed Mr. President. But luckily the role is small enough where you wouldn't care that much, I feel. And also, we kind of did a really good job of blending the two performances together.
Oh yeah.
So-
No. The person who we recast, our good friend Ryan, he really did a great.
He stepped up,
He
man.
stepped up.
Stepped up.
We got some snowy biome in that one too.
We did.
And
That's the thing I love about shooting here in Maryland. We really utilize the environment. Whereas I feel like in LA, ironically, LA has a lot of different biomes, but they're all so expensive to shoot there.
yeah,
Here, you can just kind of see a place, feel it out a little bit, and then shoot inside the space.
oh yeah. I mean, it
So-
was so nice. We were able just to run around on the street today and like get all those shots.
Yeah, we were running up and down, like literally running up and down the
Up
street.
and down. down.
Only running, right? Driving.
Running, driving. We got like this is one of my riskiest movies, not only in terms of like performance or the writing, but the shots that we did today. I don't want to spoil anything, but I've never done shots this risky in any of my other films.
Right. Yeah.
Any of my other films. This is the riskiest one.
It was fun.
It was really fun.
It was a good time. And it's not done yet. It's like a multiple, biome thing.
Yeah, this is one of those things that's going to take at least a year because, again, the character starts off unathletic, and then by the end of the movie, he needs to become athletic, more fit. So I need to actually, I got to fit up, hit the gym a little bit for the next couple of months, and then we'll come back and then shoot the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, because like he becomes unathletic to athletic, so you gotta go to the gym and then become.
Exactly.
He's
So I shed
dedicated.
some of this extra weight I made for the movie.
Yeah.
And then,
Chris Hemsworth didn't even do that for Infinity War.
What?
He didn't. It's not like Chris Hemsworth grew a belly for Endgame.
That's a good point. But I feel like the scheduling is a little different for him.
I'm
because
just playing because like Chris Hemsworth, they made him like so ridiculously.
he was really
like,
fat.
they really
He was,
gave
like,
him like just,
arms
like,
huge.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, he looked.
No, but you
kinda
really went
interesting.
method for this one, though. You
I
really
did.
were like, let's go.
And it's hard sometimes because Jordan is so in his feelings about how he not just how he looks, but just how he feels. And I have to get into that mindset, and I feel so vulnerable.
Who was your biggest acting inspiration
For this,
in general? Yeah, or for this?
well, for me, the GOAT of all acting is Christian Bale.
That's who I thought you were gonna say. Because I was gonna say he's the actor who literally like fluctuates his weight all the time for film.
I heard a rumor that he can control when he sweats.
I would believe it, but it does also sound like one of those like
All right.
legends, like those folklore things.
I hear he controls when he sweats.
But it's kind of terrifying. You have to be careful with that sort of thing.
No, it's definitely because I actually had situations where, so in this period, I basically tried to not move as much as possible, so become a couch potato, but also eat a lot of fast food, so I just kind of gain a lot of fat. And there were a couple times where I felt like I had a heart palpitation.
Whew.
And I was like, wait, could this actually kill me? I was
watched-
scared.
You watched
you know what I mean?
Super Size Me and Facts.
Yeah,
How was
no,
our
the
cooking?
food is not like
That was our cooking class in middle school.
And here's the thing: is like not that I'm a super active person or something, but I know there are some people out there who don't have very active lifestyles because of X, Y, or Z. And I'll tell you something about being bigger. I feel like the worst part of it is the game in your mind. It's a really difficult game mentally because you don't feel good in your own body, and on top of that, your health isn't quite, you're unstable, you're unbalanced. You're not eating the right nutrients that you need. You're eating a lot of nutrients that you shouldn't have.
Yeah, bro. I remember when you said you were doing that, I was like, take it easy, man. Take it easy.
I wanted to go full on out, man.
I know.
There's a shot in the movie where like my shirt's off and I'm just like, everything's just hanging out. And I'm just like, wow.
What did you do that shot already?
Yeah, I did. That was the first thing I did for this because I was like, all right, since that's like I can't cheat how big I look without a shirt on, so like this is gonna be my fattest point.
It's gonna be like a physical transformation. Like you're gonna have two, like you're gonna have one, then also for the super.
I should get another. You know what? When we come back here and we do the second half, we'll do all the running shots with my shirt off.
Man's about to have that Chris Pratt transformation.
I gotta have the Chris Pratt, bro, because it's like, because in the shot that I did before, I was at my fattest points. I was like 283 pounds, 84 pounds.
283?
Yeah. I've never been that heavy
215.
Huh?
Didn't you used to be like 215?
There was a period actually where I was 215 pounds. I have to get back to that now.
What? You gained like 70 pounds?
Yeah, it's not that hard. Just eat bad food and don't exercise. It's really not that hard.
That must have been so mentally challenging though, after like having a more physical lifestyle for a long time.
It was easy the first month or two because you're like, oh, I can relax, eat whatever. You think it's fun at first.
You're just like chilling. You're like, I'm a method actor.
Exactly. Like it's for a role, okay? Like that was my excuse to people. Like, look, it's a role.
Yeah.
But
that was me with my beard, though. I was like, look, I'm doing it for Sean's movie.
I'm not a slob. It's just
right.
the character.
But then for multiple months, when you go into any setting, you have to look like really like I had such a scraggly beard for so long,
and I'm just kind of fat right now. So yeah, the last couple of months were hardest because I wanted to stop. I wanted to change my lifestyle, but I had to stop myself so I could do this movie.
I don't think you look it though. I feel like you still look in shape, like when you're, running. You're still able to run. It's not like
I'm not like
obvious.
It's not like
you're
the whale where it's like I'm 600 pounds or something like that.
I never saw that one, but yeah.
Oh, you huh? But you seen like the
Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, like he was both a little heavier and had a fat suit on.
But you're saying that it was for that one shot that you really wanted.
In the bathroom where everything's hanging out, you can tell it's like, damn, you're packing a lot of weight on you. You know what I mean? You should probably hit the gym.
Well, so, I guess there's another half of this movie to be filmed.
And exactly, and that's the second half of this film. This isn't even like a fat shame type of thing because there are people that are fatter and are comfortable. They're fine. Like it's part of their identity. They love it. And that's great for them. It was just for me, I got used to this image in my head that I didn't look like how I look right now.
Right.
And so when I look in the mirror and I see that I'm not myself, and again, I'm kind of getting into brain of the character. But
Yeah, I mean, everybody fluctuates here and there, but I think the point of your story is that, at one point this guy was like, he was really in his sort of quote unquote athletic prime.
yeah,
Because his father like made him exercise like a lot, probably. And
yeah.
I'm sure some of that was actually probably unhealthy for the mindset in this character in the past. And so now he probably actually has to find like healthier ways for him to become his runner and get to his top speed and stuff like that.
Exactly. I was talking to my good friend Baba, who's also in the movie.
Timmy Torch. On
She's
Spotify.
playing my father in this short film. Check out these guys. He just showed me new music in his car.
Oh yeah, is it on Spotify yet?
Nah, but it's coming soon.
Dirty Dancing.
I heard the leaks.
Dirty Dancing by Timmy Torch on Spotify.
Check out Timmy Torch's music. It's fantastic.
Oh yeah,
I love it. But he's also in this movie. He's playing my father. And I was talking to him about, the film and track running. And he said this really interesting thing because he actually used to be a track runner back in the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm like, yo, this is perfect.
He gave you the info, the insight.
Yeah, he gave me a little bit of the info. And he was like, here's the great thing about choosing this sport. This is the one sport where you can lose and still win. Because it's not about being first place. It's about beating your previous time.
Interesting.
I was like, wait, that's the message of the movie.
Right.
That's it right there. You know what I mean? Like, it's about bettering yourself, not trying to be the best or yada, yada, yada.
Are you still wearing the watch?
I am still wearing. Do you want it back?
No, I was going to, later, but like, I was going to say, it's like, you can flex the prop.
That's true.
Like a little teaser. For the
got
film.
a little, I got the rollie on me.
Yes, sir.
It's like, nah, it's an Apple Watch, but it's pretty fun.
Close enough. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm excited to shoot the second half of this short film.
Yeah.
We just got the first half. Whoa, is that the sun?
Yeah.
Yo, why is it so bright?
Why is the sun so bright, yo?
It's wild. I'm sorry. I got so distracted by the sun. Anyway, got the first half in. We got the second half in the summertime. We also have to do like one shot in the winter. So
yeah.
Huh?
Summertime?
Summertime.
That's like
summertime.
8 months.
8 months to lose his weight, right?
Mhm.
It's multi-season. It's a multi-season movie, just like Who Killed Mr. President.
It is.
That was kind of more on accident. Maybe not on accident, but like it just kind of ended up that way.
Was that on accident or was that intentional?
Well, the first one we obviously just did.
First one we just did whatever.
And then the second one you did in LA. And so it was just like a different. Well, that one's inside too for the most part.
That one's inside. But you kind of get like a summery type of feel.
And then the third one, we had the time over winter break. And we were like, while we're at it, might as well get some snow shots. So you got that.
Did we do that? Or was it like, oh, I want to do it over winter break so we can get the snow shots?
I think it was the time that made the most sense. And we were like, let's get the snow shots. But because we had some like winter shots for Black Mamba back in the day.
Oh,
and like that was awful. Because like it was like one of those like colds where it's not even snowing. So you don't even get the benefit of having like
it's too cold to snow. That should tell you how bad it was.
It wasn't like too cold to snow.
It was cold though.
But it was insanely cold.
It was below freezing.
Like and so like Who Avenged was rough. Like we were very cold. But at least there's snow. Like it's nice.
Also, you guys had jackets on and like suits and everything.
But for Black Mamba, I had that spandex on. I was like,
how does Spider-Man 10 degrees. It was cold.
How does Spider-Man do it in the winter time?
They probably don't even shoot in the winter time. They shoot
I'm just saying, how does Spider-Man do it, man?
I don't know.
Like, how does he do it?
I don't know.
Does he just suck it up and swing through the city in those cold temperatures?
Also, if you swing, it makes it feel even colder because of the air.
Right. I mean, you're getting exercise. You're probably a little warmed up. And like Batman can do it because he's like in that huge suit.
I feel like his suit has like an indoor like heating system to keep him warm.
And like Gotham is probably always cold. I feel like over the summer it would suck for Batman. Like over the summer it probably wouldn't be too bad for Spider-Man.
That's true.
But like for Batman,
that's funny. In the summertime, like Batman doesn't really show up anymore. The criminals like,
that's what I'm saying.
Where did Batman go?
The criminals are like, snap, let's get all this done during the winter. Like,
hey, yo.
Did you hear that Joker 2 is going to be a full musical?
I did.
Joker 2?
Joker 2 is going to be a full musical.
Oh, a musical?
Full musical. So, like, probably singing the whole time. And Lady Gaga is playing Harley Quinn. And so, it'll be interesting.
Allegedly, from what I heard, it was like, I think it was the type of thing where Todd Phillips was like, I don't really want to do a sequel because I mean, you haven't seen the Joker movie, but the way that it's designed, it feels like kind of like this one-time story.
Mm-hmm.
The studio was like, you can't make a Billy and not do a sequel. That's not how this industry works.
Yeah.
And so he was like, all right, if we're gonna do one, let's just go crazy let's do a musical.
Yeah.
And they're like,
right. They're like, you did it last time.
And there's musical elements in the first one anyway.
Right.
There's a lot of dancing. The choices of songs are
They
kind of
don't-
musical-esque.
Yeah, I don't know if they quite sing, but like
No, it's not a full musical, but there's musicality in
right.
it's a part of the story.
I'm very excited. I think it'll be good. I wonder if it'll just be like a delusion of Jokers the whole time. But like because they're all singing, or if it'll be more like
I mean, the first one was kind of like you're not sure if it's a delusion.
exactly,
or not,
right? So it's like kind of hard. Maybe they'll like I'm sure they'll use that in some
I
capacity.
kind of like the idea. I hope he finds a way to kind of make it like it is a musical, but for some reason you kind of can question if it's real or not.
Right.
Like there's just a bunch of crazies just doing a musical number.
Right, yeah.
I think that'd be really interesting. But...
Something like that.
And now they can, I guess, almost shoot it. The writer's strike is over.
Yeah,
It
the
is?
writer's strike is over. Yeah, we didn't mention that.
How did it end?
The actor's strike is not over, I don't think.
SAG is still striking as of right now.
But the writer's strike came to a deal. The specifics of the deal don't say anywhere. I mean, I haven't found
I was talking about it in some of my discussion classes at USC.
Oh, let's hear it. If they
And so this is the general rundown.
Yeah.
After 146 days, longest strike the writers have ever done. They kind of came back to the table, and apparently a lot of the things that the writers wanted, they got covered by the studios, except for two things.
Okay.
They don't know what to do about AI. They could not come to an agreement about that.
Okay.
And residuals. They could not come to an agreement about
Those
that.
were like the two
most
things.
important. That's what I said. I was like, wait, you guys couldn't come to a conclusion about the two most important things about
So
this
what
strike?
did they settle on?
I asked the exact same question. I'm like, what's going on? So you know how shows now aren't 22 episodes? They're only like
13.
13.
But that's what I thought was because it used to be cable versus like streaming, and they put more money into streaming.
Artistically, yes, but when it comes to business, that means writers work less because they're not being employed for a full year of TV. They're just employed for 13 episodes.
I thought it was like
9
the same amount of
episodes.
time. They just got paid more to work on less episodes.
No, their studios were cutting their time, so that's what they fought for. Whereas, like, you need to keep us financially employed for the rest of that year,
right,
because we can't be working less. Like, we need that money,
right.
And so the studios were like, fine, we'll keep you employed, or at least financially give you the money you need to cover that full year.
So, are you think TV shows on Netflix and stuff are going to start becoming more episodes?
That's a really good question. I don't think so. I think it's still going to remain what it is. The only difference that writers are going to get paid more for that.
Okay.
So, but you could see a situation where they're like, wait, we're paying for a full year anyway. We might as well just get a full year of TV.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? If you add another 10 episodes to all these shows, people are still going to watch it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, but a lot of the times when there is that many episodes, I feel like the story is frequently spread thin. So,
you know what's funny? A lot of these shows are already like 8 episodes and it's already spread thin.
Yeah.
I love Obi-Wan, the character, the actor that plays him, some of the creatives around that project. But the Obi-Wan TV show is a classic example of something that should have been a movie
Not good.
and was stretched way too thin in a show.
Some great scenes, but overall,
oh my god, some of the best scenes to ever occur in Star Wars, in my opinion.
I heard Ahsoka's really good, but I haven't seen it. I haven't really stayed up to date on Star Wars. We were talking earlier about how I feel like there's a smaller desire for this sort of huge industry universe movies than there was like 5 years ago.
I think this thing is just like saturation, A, and B,
Oversaturation, yeah.
Oversaturation, and also the price to do these things. All these big franchises are expensive types of movies. And it's getting to the point where they're more expensive than what they're worth.
Than what they're making. Because I feel like after like Endgame, like, and they just started making a few, and people people just became less invested, you know? And I feel like it might also, I think I've talked about this to you at least, and that it also probably has to do something with COVID, because people, I don't know. I just think sometimes when there's a lot going on worldwide, people become less focused on stuff like. The weird thing is like people will become less focused on stuff like art a lot of the time, but then at the same time, you also get way new art forms created at low points worldwide.
It's just a shift, I feel like, in expression.
From one focus to another.
Yeah.
So I feel like that reached its peak, like the universe thing, and Marvel obviously was at the top of that.
Yeah.
And then this whole thing happened. Everybody's like, all right, I got like, I just need something different or something like that.
I feel a big wave of people just being like, I need something different.
People don't like, Barbenheimer was a nice return to people actually going to the theaters.
For something very different.
Right.
The movies are very unique.
Right. But that wasn't even like a Universal, like a big universe thing. I keep saying Universal, but then I'm like, that's a movie studio. So
That
like,
is a
I probably
studio, you
shouldn't
gotta
use that
separate
word.
it.
Right. Anyway, what do you think the biggest like art is going to change or like create come up? Like, what do you think the biggest art form on the come up is right now?
Well, I'm not the biggest like in the know on all creative art forms, but in terms of film, I think we're gonna go back to small budget films across the board.
So like a bunch of rom-coms or something. I love some rom-coms.
Rom-coms could back
or just
thrillers and
comedies in
horrors.
general. I don't
Just in general, you know, like Get Out is a movie. I think the budget was small. It's like only 5 million or something, and it made like 100 or
probably
something
the
crazy.
Scream movies are probably even smaller than that.
Yeah,
You know, like
Yeah.
they're like super low budget. Like sometimes in like just, I feel like they're filmed in like a house.
something super cheap.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like right. I think the Marvels, which is the next Marvel movie coming out,
Yeah.
has a budget comparable to the Avengers films.
I feel like it's not gonna make nearly as much money.
It's so obvious.
Ever since like Doctor Strange 2, people were not big fans of, right?
Mhm.
People love the Spider-Verse movies. So those will make money. Those will make profit, which they already have done.
Spider-Man's a special character,
But that's not the MCU, right? It's not really the big I mean, there's a bunch of universes in the movie, but it's not like you're following.
Also, you
all
gotta
these
follow
other movies.
the anticipation.
Yeah.
I feel like people trust the Into the Spider-Verse films.
Yeah.
So there's a bigger audience for that.
And now after No Way Home, which people also, it dragged people to the theaters.
Yeah.
You know, there's been what, Doctor Strange 2, Ant-Man 3.
Yeah.
Those are both going
Oof.
like, right. I didn't see that one yet. That was the first Marvel movie I didn't see in theaters.
Really?
The first one, yeah.
Quantum, and I see why, honestly. That was a really weird release of that film.
Yeah.
Because that's also the first, I think, MCU movie that flopped.
I've only heard bad things. And I didn't see it in theaters, so I guess it flopped. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the first, like, financially at least, the MCU dudder. And it's just like, I don't know, these movies are getting more and more expensive, but the quality isn't increasing with it.
It's not. And like, even Marvel a lot of the time got spread thin, even with their highest budget movies. Like, I feel like the CGI, like you had some incredible CGI artists who are working very hard.
Some of the most advanced things in the CGI world came from Marvel movies.
Yes, and I love the YouTube channel Corridor Crew. If you like CGI, they have like VFX artists react, and they just go over a bunch of movies and like how the CGI is done, if it's good or if it's bad. They don't usually blame the CGI artists because like bad CGI usually comes from lack of time given by the studio, right?
Yeah.
But they do like a full episode on The Flash, for example, which is probably one of the worst.
Oh
CGI.
my god!
Like,
I haven't
again,
seen that episode of Corridor
you gotta
Crew,
watch
but I
it.
bet they
It's
go
so
in.
good. It's so good.
Oh, I'm
And-
excited.
And so, but with MCU, you know, like I think something like Civil War is a good example. It's spread thin, so you start getting things where Iron Man's not really wearing an actual suit. Also, because Robert Downey Jr. can make demands at that point.
Yeah, Robert. I love Robert, and he's one of my favorite
Oh, he's
actors just to
incredible.
watch.
He's incredible,
But like, man, get back in the suit,
right?
bro.
Right? Because
Get back
then
in the
you
suit.
already start seeing the Civil War. Like his suit is like moving around like this, like on his neck.
His head isn't really
It's not
there.
right, and you go back to Iron Man 1 and you watch it and it looks incredible.
It's flawless in Iron Man 1.
But they only had to deal with one superhero at that time too.
And it's the first one, so it's a cheaper budget.
But it's Jon Favreau, right, who directed The Mandalorian too, which also for the first 2 seasons at least was like, yeah.
That's the thing. It's like once you get to a certain level, you just go bigger and you get more powers. You do more artistic things. That's not always for the best.
Yeah.
Euphoria had a similar thing. Don't ever watch Euphoria, okay?
It's really intense. I got through like 5 episodes, and then I was like, I can't do this.
It's a tough
Yeah,
show,
it's
but
very-
I
it's crazy.
really enjoyed the first season of that. The second season, I feel like Sam Levinson got too much creative power over it when he wasn't really the best. I don't want to say he's not the best writer, but he's not, the super incredible writer that I think he thinks he is. And so the second season is really sloppy.
Okay, yeah, I haven't even seen any of the second season. Only the first 5 episodes.
I think just the first season and just kill it right there, honestly.
I honestly was done already. I'm like so I know it was like really well made, but I was really just like, this is too depressing to continue on.
It's dark.
Yeah.
It's dark. And I've met some people that kind of had a very similar lifestyle to that.
What is it about?
So basically there's this girl in high school who is a previous addict. And so you kind of see throughout the show her dealing with her addiction to drugs.
Rue, right? Is her
Rue,
name?
yeah. Played by Zendaya.
Yeah.
Who is such a phenomenal actress. I want her to become the next like Meryl Streep. You know
Speaking
what I
of
mean?
Spider-Man in the MCU, she's MJ.
She is also MJ
in Spider-Man.
in the Spider-Man film.
But yeah, so going back to that, yeah, I think when they have more money, they're more spread thin. They have more characters to deal with. It ends up all looking sloppy, or they start being like, there's more heads on set. There's a lot more of, we'll fix it in post. A lot less of, let's organize this from the beginning, which is like one of the most vital things. You gotta
Super vital.
You gotta organize it.
Also, the number of blockbusters that come out per year has just increased in general, right? Mission Impossible,
Yeah, true.
Barbie, Oppenheimer,
Right.
Super Mario, Indiana Jones, that all came out in this year alone.
Yeah.
I remember Indiana Jones coming out.
Squirrel.
Squirrel? Oh, what a cutie. There's a little window right here. We just saw a squirrel.
Yeah. You missed it.
Yeah, so it's just, I think the industry is clearly spread thin. They thought that making $200 million films would bring the return back. It has not.
Yeah.
Most of these films have flopped. So if I was a studio and I'm thinking about just the money, I would think, okay, we need to make cheaper films.
Yes. Oh, also, like as far as superheroes go, whenever this happens in the comic books, they just completely reset everything, right? So, this has happened like 5 times. Like, usually it's DC. They'll be like, all right, nobody knows what's going on anymore because there's way too much stuff to catch up on.
Yeah.
So they just say, all right, screw all that stuff. You know these characters enough, and we're resetting from this point. Like, their backstories, but like, don't worry about all that extra stuff. Start right here.
Mm.
So I wonder if, DC's literally doing that right now. Like, James Gunn is taking over, and like, as the other DC movies that are part of that universe slowly trickle out of existence, then they're going to just like reset anew, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which I think the Batman is part of its own universe, and these will be, honestly, I hope they're not even universes. I just hope they're solo movies. Because I don't need, we have enough universe movies for now.
I feel like back in the day, before the whole universe thing was a thing, there was a big desire to see characters come together.
Yeah.
I have no desire for that anymore.
None.
So just wait until I want you to put these characters together, and then go ahead and do it.
I love the idea of like picking a good director like Matt Reeves and just being like, make your movie. Or what's his name that did Joker? Todd Phillips. Giving it to him and being like, just do what you do. Those movies have both done so much better than most of the other DC movies.
Better than a lot of the MCU movies.
Right.
Those movies are just fantastic films.
So it's like, give it to a good director. Right. Which I watched this interesting video the other day. I don't know if I thought you've seen Baby Driver.
You seen Baby Driver? No, sure.
But you've seen Ant-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is awesome. I love Ant-Man 1. That's the one where he's like doing a heist and stuff,
Yeah.
So Edgar Wright was who's the guy who made Baby Driver, which I love Baby Driver, as we've talked about in the past. Mm-hmm. And he was supposed to do Ant-Man, right? And he had this original script. And a bunch of the stuff stayed in the script. They eventually parted ways because Edgar Wright had made a prior commitment to one of his friends who was like dying, and he didn't know if he would be able to do the movie. So he's like, all right, I'm going to do this movie with him now. But then they couldn't push back Ant-Man enough. So Edgar Wright and Marvel ended up splitting ways. But a lot of the stuff that was in Edgar Wright's original script, like the people who took over stay, like a bunch of that stuff is still Edgar Wright's stuff. Such as the ending fight where they're all when they're like mini in the toy train room. Like apparently that's like something that Edgar Wright decided, and a bunch of the other stuff too.
Honestly, I feel like I don't want to hate on the creatives that worked on the Ant-Man films after that. I feel like Ant-Man is the first one is the tightest of the three.
It's honestly like a very good MCU.
And the characters
like,
grow and change in that film. And the other two Ant-Man films just feel like things are occurring. But nothing really changes.
I was okay with the second one, but like it's just not even close to as tight as the first one.
First one also first one has the heist element.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, the other two lose that heist element,
which is why I love Baby Driver. It's just like, in my opinion, such a good heist movie. You got a classic romance going on, you know.
I will be here.
Like a classic romance going on, like very simple, so easy to follow, but extremely stylized, right?
And that's another thing I think a really good director brings is style. So finding the right director, matching up to the right character, you'll get a really interesting style that just carry. Matt Reeves with the Batman. Like,
oh yeah,
you know, say what you will about the story or X, Y, or even Z,
yeah.
You know, emo Batman. But the style is so consistent in the sound, in the look, in the design. You can't hate it.
I think Edgar Wright's fantastic at that.
Edgar Wright has great style. A lot of directors have really interesting, good quality style.
Yeah.
There's some directors that can do just like a million different styles. So like Steven Spielberg, I feel like he can do whatever movie he wants.
Yeah.
Really.
There are a few directors who are really good at switching it up. It's like kind of like writers too.
Yeah.
It's like some are like you read it and you're like, wow, this is the same person. And then sometimes you read one of their other books and you're like, this does not sound like them. Like either they got a ghostwriter or they, just decided
up somebody else
or decided to write in a different style.
Yeah, like the guy that directed, I think he also wrote Happy Feet. Don't quote me, but the guy that made Happy Feet is also the guy that made what's the movies with the desert and they're racing or driving?
Oh, Mad
Max.
Yeah.
Same director, and it's like, how did you do a kids movie and then this super hyper violent, hyper stylized, like dry Western style film?
Right.
It's a very different film.
Yeah. No, it is very interesting.
Right.
When
it's
they jump from
weird.
From like kids film to like adult film. It's like, and it is like seamless for director.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
Yeah. It's just like you see when it's seamless like that, it tells me that's just a creative that loves the story and getting involved in what the feeling of the story is.
Right.
It doesn't have to be his world on the story. It's him into the story.
Yeah.
You
can tell a good story in every medium with a bunch of limitations like that.
Yeah.
There's fantastic cartoons. There's fantastic this, fantastic that.
And there's also like, I feel like we're going through a renaissance of animation right now, or at least on no, I would say in general, because I feel like Pinocchio, the release of Pinocchio.
Oh, you mean
Spider-Verse films?
Pinocchio?
Yeah.
Oh, so good. Not the other Pinocchio.
Oh,
remember how
Disney?
They both came out
the
like
live action
time?
one?
Yeah.
I don't know how that keeps happening. Because Civil War and Batman vs Superman also came out at the same time.
Civil War, Batman vs Superman. Yeah.
A lot of like very similar themed movies, or even literally the same movie, will come out at the same time, same year.
Yeah.
So,
Don't mind if I take a pizza?
take a slice,
go ahead,
my
go
guy.
ahead. Yeah.
Jason just grabbed a pizza. He's a hungry boy.
You
got to feed him. This kid, he's only 11. What are you, 14?
11.
11. He's going to grow big and tall. What are you? You're like 5'8" right now, right?
You want to tell everybody what you got on that pizza?
It's a jalapeno pizza.
This is pizza show and tell.
Yeah.
It's got pepperoni too.
We're big pizza lovers here. Unfortunately, I can't really have a million slices like I used to because, trying to slim down for a short film.
Okay, so check this out. Papa John's has this new thing called New York style pizza. And it's kind of like, how would you describe it? Well, how would you describe it?
Yeah, you can like fold it like this.
They titled it as more foldable. And we're like, interesting.
I was confused what the New York style meant because it's like that could be a million different things.
I figured it meant like, I was like, okay, it's floppier then. And what they mean by foldable is that you have to like fold it with one hand so it stays up.
New
And
York
it
style.
was like it was
It was pretty flop.
Honestly, I think it was better than like the regular kind. Like
Yeah, we don't need all that dough, honestly.
exactly.
We don't need all that dough. It's thinner,
Yeah.
and we can kind of fold it and eat it. That was really good.
Yeah,
That was really good. Shout out to Papa John's.
it was. I mean, it's Papa John's, but like, yeah, they stepped up for that.
For what's it called? Like chain pizza. Papa John's has to be top 2. For
That's
chain.
a hot take.
I'm
That's
talking
a hot
about
take.
chain
You're talking about
pizza.
like chain.
Yeah, like it has to be like a million different stores across the country.
Okay.
You got your Domino's, Pizza
We
Hut.
have a few. It's like Domino's, Pizza Hut, Papa John's, Lido's.
You kind of Lido's.
Is
Lido's
Lido's
would
like
be
I was
number
gonna say
one.
Lido's might be better than those. But is Lido's like countrywide or is it like
Did I see a Lido's in California? I'm actually not 100% sure.
I don't know.
I'm not certain. Somebody search it up for us.
Yeah,
But,
is there Lido's out there? But if we're just talking about Papa John's, Domino's, and Pizza Hut, what's your favorite, Jason?
Man,
Yeah.
Papa John's.
Papa
It's
John's.
Papa Johnny.
Hmm.
That's the thing. Like, there was a period, I think, before this New York style that we just tried, where I was like, all right, Domino's has taken the crown for chain pizza
Yeah.
for me. But then I feel like they got really greasy recently. And then Papa John's just went up. So.
I do think Papa John's a little bit better than Domino's, especially because do you get the jalapenos and Domino's?
No, I don't think I have. No, I get usually like the buffalo style pizza.
Yeah. No, I mean like, do you get the little extra?
Oh, you don't? I don't think you do. No.
Yeah,
No.
that's the benefit of Papa John's
See,
too.
Papa John's will give you a little bit more. You know what I mean?
Are they jalapenos or banana peppers?
They're not jalapenos. I'm not sure if they're banana peppers either.
What are they called?
They're peppers.
Comment below. What are those peppers on Papa John? The Papa John's give you?
They're
called?
definitely not. I know they're not jalapeno, but I have no idea what they are.
They're good though.
They're fantastic. Every pizza place should be dropping those. Like
Right.
they're so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. What else is there in the world happening right now? Tupac's killer.
Yeah,
We
they just
can
announced.
quickly
Oh, New
talk
York,
about
bro. I like how. Okay, check this out.
Word.
So Jay and I are watching the news the other day, and they announced like, oh snap, like Tupac's killers, like brought to justice or something.
Mm.
So Jay and I are like, oh snap, we gotta watch this. And they like announced it as like the first thing, right? So it was like ding ding ding, like oh here, like clickbait kind of. And then like before they show that, they said it was coming up next, but they actually showed like 2 other things happening. Like they were covering the government shutdown and then the New York flood, right?
But the government shut down.
It shuts down at midnight tonight.
What do you mean?
The
Yeah,
government
it shuts
shutting
down
down.
at midnight tonight if they can't come to an agreement.
The purge will commence at midnight.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be completely anarchy. People are going to be walking with no, I'm just kidding. It's not. This happened in 2019 as well. It just means like a lot of people are going to unfortunately have to work without pay, like essential jobs such as air traffic controllers, which is like very
That's a very important
bad.
job.
Yeah,
So I can legally rob a 7-Eleven tonight?
I'm pretty sure that's what it means.
Yes, on let's go, bro. We have to
I
rob
think
the
the state
7-Eleven.
troopers are still up, buddy.
Yeah, and then a bunch of like state park people also won't get paid, so they'll just be like working in like.
What is this government
Or
shut?
Now we
National-
can rob the
National
7-Eleven without any trouble.
Exactly.
That's the thing. Yeah, that's.
I
What
mean, if you had a good deal with the owner of the 7-Eleven, you might be able to walk out scot-free on any day.
Yeah. Anyway, the thing about this though is like they cover that. They cover the government shutdown, and then they cover the New York flood, which I hadn't heard about, right?
Mhm.
And I just can't help but thinking like, yeah, this is cool that they solved this like 25-year-old case,
Mhm.
but I definitely should know about the government shutdown and New York flood way before. But like they knew that people would be like engaged in the
Interested.
Tupac murder more than the other stuff, so they
Yeah.
like put it first as the advertisement and then showed it last. So they're literally like tricking like
I don't
the
like the way that they're
population.
using Tupac because they know he's popular to get more.
But
attention.
they're like, we need to educate people on this news. So to me, I'm like, fair enough. And like, I actually was
But,
like,
like,
I should know this stuff.
I'm like, it's
you know?
Pac, bro.
I-
You know what I mean?
I know, but like, Sean,
I don't like using dead people like that.
I know you could say that it's using dead people, but they did bring one. I mean, it was a guy who was in the car that apparently like called the order to like do the shooting, but he wasn't like the guy who shot him, nor probably the guy who
Set it all up.
set it all up. So But he did have like a book called Compton Street Legend. Apparently, it's like his memoir. The guy who they just caught, so he's involved in it. So I'm
He's
sure the
definitely
book's
involved.
interesting. But
It's just I feel like, and I'm not a cop, so maybe the case was really that difficult to figure out. But I feel like deep down, like you could have figured this out way sooner. I've seen so many like random documentaries about like, oh, here are the evidence and the rumors that we have of who might have been there that when they shot two. It's like so much evidence out there. It's like you guys didn't figure this out a decade like before.
isn't there another guy they also like another guy that was in the car they brought to justice like 10 years ago? I feel like this happens every like maybe they just whenever they need a real there's like a lot of like news going on. They're like, all right, we need another guy who killed Tupac. We need like another
cycle him through. Cycle Suge Knight.
Yeah.
He did whoever.
It was like a truck that they were driving instead of like a car. They're like, yeah, there was actually like 18 people.
Yeah, it was like Mad has like ran up and shot Tupac. So we're gonna put their names up here.
Anyway, point is, yeah, that's an interesting big news story. But I was actually glad that they did that because I was like, I definitely should know about this other stuff.
People should watch the news a little bit more. I don't know if you saw on HBO. I'm sorry, not HBO. Max, period. But
I still don't like how they did that.
I don't like that.
I just don't get it.
And the website is worse than what HBO Max was.
Yeah. Like, why'd they feel the need to make a new one? Like, why can't you just rebrand it?
And it's like the resolution is worse. It's just a worse website than HBO Max.
Come on, Max.
Exactly.
Put the HBO
I
back.
don't like calling it Max. Anyway,
it just sounds stupid. It's just like, I mean, look, Max is a cool name. Like, I like the name Max, right?
Not to
But, like,
watch my
not as a
streaming
streaming
shows.
service.
Exactly.
Right. I've never seen a Max that I'm like, hey, I want to watch a movie.
HBO Max. Now that's different.
Now that's like incredible.
That's
something I'd be like, home box office Max.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Anyway, they have a new tab, and I think it's the beta version. It says news, so you can start getting the news from your streaming service.
Honestly, that's good.
Is there any water?
Huh?
Is there
Oh,
any
yeah,
water?
of course.
Yeah, we
There's
got
water right
mad
there.
water bottles over there, homie.
Honestly, that's kind of genius because I was gonna say, like, I feel like part of the reason I don't see the news on as much anymore
You
is
don't
because
have
like
cable.
everybody. I mean, we do have cable, but I mean, we didn't when we were in LA. So I got so used to like just not like watching cable,
Yeah,
and then you don't have the news on streaming service.
yeah.
Now sometimes they have like live news channels on YouTube, and so
Yeah.
I'll watch those occasionally, which are actually pretty good. Pretty good.
I occasionally will go through YouTube and it'll show me some news stuff.
Yeah.
And I had a brief period where I was watching the news every day.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean,
But
I
it's just-
used to watch it like every day, but that was because my parents would have it on like all the time, you know, all that stuff.
yeah, it's funny how the streaming services are just becoming cable, but
Yeah.
directly from the producers to the consumers.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Again, it kind of breaks that law that we thought was.
Yeah, that they were able to repeal, so
Yeah,
it doesn't exist anymore. Anyway, I think we're talking about something specific.
we were talking about a bunch of stuff.
The midnight crisis thing.
Huh?
Oh, now the government's shutting down at midnight.
Yeah, I still really don't understand that. Like, so like people are just not gonna get paid. Like, how long is it gonna last?
Nobody knows how long it's gonna.
You know what's
last.
funny? Yeah, there's no end date on it. It's until Congress comes to an agreement on what the budget is.
But like, what if it never comes
Something.
to an agreement?
Huh?
What if it never comes to an agreement? Is people just not getting paid? Is the economy?
It's not
gonna
like
shut down?
everyone. It's kind of weird. I was like, it seems like a weird select group of people. Like not every job, but like a lot of the necessary jobs. And it's gonna be extremely difficult to get a passport during this time, apparently.
Pass.
So stuff like that is gonna.
So
be
you're
like
not to
shut
stay
down.
in Maryland?
No, a passport for leaving the
Oh,
country.
you leave.
Also,
the
I
country.
have my passport.
Oh, I forgot.
This kid, man, what are you doing,
My
bro?
bad.
What's up? Like, what are you trying to say right now?
Wow.
Anyway,
Yeah, but so it's gonna make a lot of things more difficult, essentially. In short.
I feel like anytime you hear anything about the government, it's just how they made our lives so much more difficult.
Yeah, that's usually how it be.
That's usually how it be.
Welcome
man.
to Washington D.C.
That's what I'm saying. Anyway, how's it going? How's life? You got anything new this week going on? Or?
That's a good question. Yeah, it was a crazy busy week for me.
I feel that.
But I got a lot of work done and
Nice.
things are going well.
That's good.
Yeah.
For me right now, because I'm back in school, I have to deal with exams and midterms and blah, 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 blah. It's like, I feel like I'm constantly running on 6 hours of sleep a day. So I was just talking about this earlier. It's the type of exhaustion where you constantly feel tired,
Yeah.
but not tired and not so tired that you cannot function.
I'm on the mental tired where it's like after a good day's work, I'm like exhausted mentally. Like I can stay up a little bit, but I'm like it feels like very difficult to get like a break, like a break just to chill and like not work.
This past week, I have, especially since my weekend, I came out here to shoot something. I feel like I've never gotten a break, and on top of that, my campus has a 3-mile radius, so I'm walking to all of these classes.
Yeah, it's a big campus. It's a nice
I mean, yeah, you've seen it. It's huge.
Yeah.
And so it's like 10,000. I've checked it. I've been tracking it. It's 10,000 steps on average per day.
That's nuts.
So I'm constantly tired.
So like Sean, when you're so like, is there like if you're late, like how long does so for my school when you get to your next period, it's like after 4 minutes you're late and the bell rings. Like how much is that for you?
I think the rule is if you're 15 minutes late or worse, you can just be considered absent.
Oh.
So, but then anything before that, you're just like late.
I'm assuming your classes aren't that close together usually, though, right?
Not to the point where I'll be late because I'm at one of them and I have to go across the campus to the other.
I don't think I ever had to run to a class in college, but there were some that were a little close. There were some that were probably like 15 minutes apart. Actually, there was one that I had to get a special accommodation for because they were overlapping in time. And so I asked the teacher if I could like leave the class early, and she said yes, but I had to like write a little paragraph for her like each week or something, and as extra to say that, you know, to make up the work, which I thought was a fair deal. It was really not that much extra work.
Pretty square.
But a lot of the time I would literally, because I didn't want to miss too much of the class and I had to make it to the other class, I would like switch from my laptop to my phone on Zoom, and I'll keep my earbuds in and just like walk and listen as I was walking to the next class, and then I would have to like, you know, stop.
Oh, because they also had it on Zoom as well as in person.
So I was walking to an in-person class, but the class that I had to leave early was a Zoom class.
Oh,
yeah.
I was gonna say I don't know if you could do that
during COVID.
At least in my situation, you couldn't do that because they're both in person now, and all of them, they don't do Zoom anymore. They completely given up on it, which I get it's more hassle for teachers, but it's so helpful that if you missed a class, it's recorded, so you can just go. There
are some things about a virtual class that are so convenient, but like an acting class.
Like, you can't.
You want that in person.
You can't record an acting class. I'm talking about like the STEM classes, like especially the hard ones where you can't miss a beat.
Right.
I have a macroeconomics class right now, and I think I may have missed 15 minutes of a class once, and that John was speaking Chinese to me. It was like, well, I know a little
Chinese.
I'm sorry. It was speaking
French.
It was speaking French to me. Like I couldn't really understand a single thing these people were like.
Oh yeah, well, I saw our Chinese teacher the other day, and she says hello.
Oh my God! Tell her I say if you see her again. Tell her I say hello back.
I will.
I wish her and Kevin, who's her son, well.
Yes, of course.
Oh, I love that. I love her so much, man. If I could like fly her out to be my personal Chinese teacher, I'd do it.
Yeah, for sure.
I might do it actually. In like 10 years, just be like,
yeah.
Forget the school stuff. I'll pay you triple whatever they're paying you. Let's just be my personal teacher.
There you go.
I'll take you to China and we'll learn it in the root of the whole country.
That sounds like a bet.
Yeah. Mark my words.
Yep.
Love her, man. Yeah, but that's been my week so far. Nothing too crazy. Just constantly exhausted. Shooting this movie. I try to get creative stuff in. I'm at a point right now where I'm working so hard in school. This film is technically creative, but I feel like production is more just like getting the shot and not like creating the shot in your mind.
You already did that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'll be tired just doing a bunch of different things at like 8 p.m. And I'm like, dang, I'm so exhausted I can't even create, but I want to create something.
Dude, same. I mean, I'll be doing the thing is like I'll be doing creative things for work. It requires there is a lot of creative thinking, and I love doing it. It's awesome. It's really nice. But then there's sometimes like after like later in the night where I'm really tired and I'm like, oh, I want to do this personal project here or there, but I'm just like I have no time, or like during that time I want to like relax. It's like that's the difficult thing, you know.
That is real adulting.
But like I think about it though, and I'm like, when we were in high school, we were still doing that. Like we were still like creating random stuff throughout the school year as we were going through.
Do you think we just have become more tired because we're old?
I don't know. I think we had like summers back then where we also did a lot more stuff over the summers, but it's not like we did nothing during the school year. Like we made the beginnings end while we were doing 2 shows, learning lines, doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, we did.
Right.
How did we do that?
Well, the beginnings end, like you had, I guess it was almost like it was
for people that don't know, or the first time watching our show, the beginnings end was our original album / mixtape that we made back in high school. That is, I mean, to me, legendary.
Oh yeah. And I was thinking, I was like, how did we have time for all that? And the thing is, like, we didn't. I mean, like, you make time.
Yeah, I used to just make time. It just feels so much harder to make time now than it was back then.
I know. I don't know why. I think because there's a lot of more adulting to do at the same time, like paper
priorities.
And, like, all this stuff.
Yeah. You see, Jason, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes I'll be talking to my mom on the phone, and then my mom will be like, "You need to be more like Jason. Like Jason, like kind of has everything in order." And da 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 da. I'm like, complimenting my brother, which he does. Shout out to my brother. He's like so cool. I'm like, bro, like, why are you hassling me when my brother doesn't have like adult priorities he needs to worry about?
What do you think about that, Jason?
No hate.
You're like Sean slacking.
I mean, Sean's kind of right though. Like I'm in middle school. I don't really have adult priorities.
Exactly. Like,
do
you ever
middle
question?
School is a different beast. I would say middle school is way more difficult than what I'm doing right now, and I'm like half serious when I say that.
I think it depends. I think elementary school was the most fun. Actually, maybe high school is the most fun. It depends on your experience.
I would say high school and then elementary school and then middle school for me.
But also we went to Tilden, and that was a very specifically bad experience. So maybe you'll have a better one.
It was more so the lighting in the building that was really rough. It made it feel like a prison.
Bad.
But hopefully the new building is better because the old building is officially destroyed.
No kid will ever suffer.
Didn't Garrett Park's building got destroyed and rebuilt?
Yeah, and the year after we left Garrett Park, which is the elementary school we went to.
And then Tilden's getting destroyed and rebuilt.
Huh?
And then Tilden got destroyed and rebuilt.
Yeah, WJ's next. Next on the list.
I think it's a nice building. I don't think they're gonna destroy it.
I like the building. It's just statistically speaking, it's a 60% chance.
No, I see.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they got the portables already, so.
You see, that's what I mean. Like, aren't they gonna have to renovate at least for like adding more? Apparently, our old high school is having way more students in there than last time.
Yeah,
it's like 3,000 now.
Yeah,
I'm sure they'll have to renovate at some point.
Yeah, I don't know the population. I don't know if the population is getting bigger or we're all just going to the same places or something. Because even at USC, they've added way more classes and had to shorten all the different classes to just these different blocks of time because there's way more students there now than there were before. So
yeah, man, there's more people than there used to be.
There's just more people. We need less people on Earth.
Whoa.
And I will be the cause of that.
Whoa.
I'm just playing. TMZ. You got me.
You just TMZ'd yourself.
I TMZ'd myself. Have you
guys seen how big Gaithersburg High School is?
I have not. I've never actually been to the high school. They've always come to our games.
Let me show you.
Show me how big this school is. This is potentially my brother's future, school. That
this is how big it is.
Oh, yeah, it looks pretty big.
Look at this.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that how big WJ was?
It's about the same size. Yeah. Maybe a little smaller. I don't know. I haven't seen it in person, honestly.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, how are we doing on time?
I think we're definitely passing the hour.
It's 5:45.
It's like hour 8.
Oh yeah. Oh, we're in hour 9. Yeah.
Hour 8, hour 9.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Oof.
Well, in that case, you want to time to wrap it up a little bit? Anything you want to share, Jason? Anything you want to share?
No, not really.
How about a personal memoir? Of past,
I'm sorry. Before you continue this, I just want to make a public announcement.
Yeah, go ahead.
So on this podcast, as you may know, I've had beef with babies on planes specifically.
He has.
Oh.
I love babies in general, but on a plane, I freaking hate them. I almost want to chuck them out the window.
He said he didn't want babies to be allowed to fly on planes.
I think it should be dang near illegal because they're not. First of all, they're not built for it. Secondly, everybody suffers, including the parents, as soon as that baby hits the plane.
But like, it doesn't make what are they supposed to do?
Not be on a plane.
But like, what if you have to go somewhere?
Why do you have to go anywhere via plane?
So like, what
So
if,
many reasons.
No, not just that, but that plus a baby. Why do you have to bring your baby on this plane?
What are you just gonna do? Leave the baby? What if you're moving?
At home with either another parent or a friend or whoever?
What if you're
Guys,
moving?
guys.
We're gonna ship the baby in a cargo container?
Drive. Or also don't move that far when you have a baby. Your baby needs stability.
Oh, so you just don't move. What if the prices are too high and you have to go live with family on the other side of the country and you have a baby and you didn't know that was gonna happen and you don't have a car? What now, Sean?
I was gonna say they should drive. Take a train.
take a train.
Take a train and
My
then an
take-
Uber.
You've heard Lauren's train story of across the country and it sounded dreadful.
It did sound pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. It sounds like an adventure.
Oh, so it's okay. You think the parent with the baby wants to go on an even more complicated adventure?
I think if anything, the government should give a subsidy for parents.
Well,
to
guess what? The
not
government's
leave their
shutting
home.
down, Sean. The government's shutting down. Okay.
And I understand that. And that's why I came here to personally say that it's not fully ended, but I have started to have a little bit of compassion for single parents that have to bring their children everywhere they go because they're the only adults in their lives that take care of them and need to bring them on a plane.
I
So,
love how
like-
sincerely Sean was in the fact that he didn't want Sean would sign that bill.
I'm honest.
Sean would sign that bill. You know what I'm saying?
If literally the next day they bring out a bill saying, "Yo, we are not allowing these little whiny things on the freaking plane."
But now you put a little clause in that's but if you're a single parent. But here's the thing.
I thought about it,
What if
yeah.
you're one parent and you're traveling towards the other parent? So you're not technically a single parent.
In this context, when I legally mean single parent, I
Yeah.
mean you are the only guardian you're the only guardian with the baby with you.
So you're not allowed to have two parents and a baby on a plane, but you can only have one parent.
If
and a
you have
baby?
two parents and they don't both need to be where you're going, why don't you stay at home?
But they don't both need to be where you're going. It seems like a very broad thing. What if they both are going on vacation?
Why go on vacation with a baby? I'm talking the really whiny babies are that first 2 years of their life.
What if you have a really quiet baby? Is there a baby noise level that
if your baby is there should be a test. There should be a wine test.
Oh yeah, there's a okay.
And if your baby is peaceful,
it's like a wine test.
more than welcome to get on this plane, man. More than welcome.
All right.
But if they ain't, you better ship that. Oh, one time I was on a plane and the baby was ugly. And man, look. Sometimes when I turn around and the baby's crying and they're cute, I can almost.
All right.
feel a
How
sense of-
are we measuring cuteness then?
Huh?
How are we measuring cuteness in the baby? Because what?
Not ugly. This is.
Oh yeah,
It's
that's
not
cool.
ugly.
There's definitely a very cool.
You know what's
clear
funny? You
line.
know an ugly baby when you see one. You just know.
All right, so the parent should know whether or not the baby is ugly.
Yeah, when they comes out the womb, it's like, damn.
Okay.
No place for.
Is there a verbal reaction? Yeah.
I think it's just if they're cute enough, and you have to be really cute, because sometimes that won't even work for me. But if you're really cute,
Oof.
I'm like,
What if it's up to the people
Oh,
on the
the baby's
plane? So
slow.
before the baby gets on the plane, there's a little survey handed out, while you're at the airport, right?
it's a democracy.
And it's is this baby cute? Yes or no? And if more than half say, the baby's cute, then the baby can go on the plane. But if not, then the parent just has to leave the baby at the airport.
is what it is.
And then there's
It
a
is
highlight-
what it is.
there's
So
a section
what if
for
there's this at the back of the plane? It was for parents with babies, and it was it cancels out all the noise. From the baby.
Kevin actually recommended this earlier.
Yeah.
that sounds good. Yeah, noise
So the
proof
people
back to the
in the
plane.
front, in the middle of the plane can just chill.
What do you think?
I'm all for it. Because also you can set up like things there that the baby needs, like you know those little things where you change their diaper.
Yeah,
or,
there's like a
like,
baby section.
yeah, there's a
Yeah.
baby section. There's also
Yeah.
like maybe some books or something. I don't know, like
Yeah, some like baby books.
baby books, like baby like formulas.
But
or
it's plus
something.
$50.
You can set up things for the baby in this section.
Yeah, maybe there's like little baby TVs. What about like
There's no baby Breaking Bad.
baby TV shows? It's just like Breaking Bad, but they're all babies.
They're cooking meth and they're babies.
And they have like they like have baby voice actors too, so it's just like, oh wow,
I'm the one who
Right.
knocks.
do they watch Boss Baby?
That's a good question. I have to ask a baby what they think of Boss because they might feel like it's like cultural appropriation.
Oh, do they watch
you know
Baby
what I mean?
Driver?
They don't.
But it's like with baby. It's like baby Driver.
That'd be cute. I'd love to see that. Like an origin story. It's like baby Driver.
right.
That's got to be the title too. It has to be baby Driver.
Exactly. I agree. My favorite baby movie is called Baby's Day Out. You should check it out. That was Ashley and I's favorite back in the day when we were. Babies.
Oh, is that the one where like the baby's just like going through all this like dangerous situations and then everyone's trying to like follow it? Yeah,
that's
that
awesome.
movie was pretty good actually.
It's kind of like Home Alone, but like a baby. And the baby's on the run instead of inside the house.
The baby on the run.
Yeah.
Baby running alone.
But he's like going up like crane, like construction.
yeah,
sites.
just like crazy stuff, man. Like, yo, who's the parents of this baby?
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think
Babies
he was,
need
like, I
pampering.
want to say he was like a prince or something, and then his parents the baby was trying to be like kidnapped for ransom, and so like the baby has to like escape or something like that.
That's pretty funny.
It was incredible.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I'm not fully ending my beef. Like I still have a little bit of anger there, but I have now gained a little bit of compassion. So
Yeah.
you all right? If I see you,
Yeah.
we cool.
Yeah.
Baby on the plane.
Yeah.
But don't ask for smoke and there won't be none. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What if there was a separate plane for babies?
A baby plane.
A baby plane. But it was like big. Like the plane was big.
Uh-huh.
So that like everybody's babies in all the flights going to that. Well, no, it can be the same size as the other plane, right? Or no, it can be a baby plane.
Baby plane.
And so all the babies from said flight just go on the same plane, and they're like a little bit behind the other plane, you know?
Just following the bigger plane
Yeah.
with no baby pilots.
The pilots have to be babies.
No baby pilots.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cute, man. That's
adorable.
cute.
Never too early to start the pilots to train. Training
No,
pilots.
man. We need some of the best pilots we can get for when we go to space.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, there's that what's it called?
You ever
Trump
seen-
just started. Was it Trump or I'm not sure it was Trump or Biden, but they started the section of NASA or the military that's actually like a space program, a space military program.
I have no idea. But you ever seen the end of 2001: A Space Odyssey?
Yes,
That's some baby shit.
that is the weirdest baby shit. That's I don't even know what that is. That is barely a baby. That's like I don't know what that when you're. I don't even think you can enjoy that movie right now. When you're a little older, we'll watch 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Mhm.
It is what it is.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know what to call it.
could
It is
watch
what it
I
is.
just feel like it'd be kind of boring.
Yeah, it's like you got to warm up with other movies first before
Right.
you watch that movie
Yeah.
because that movie's like it's just it's a trip, it's a journey.
What you mean I gotta warm up with other movies? Isn't that a baby movie?
I mean, I guess technically it's a baby movie.
I
Isn't it a
don't know
baby
what to
movie?
say about a space. It's just so many different things, but also nothing at all. It's just a movie that exists. I don't know what else to say about it. It's a baby movie, but
Yeah.
it's also a very adult movie.
It's
but it's
totally a
also
baby
like
movie.
a prehistoric movie and a epic and a thriller and I don't know.
But mainly a baby movie.
But that's the center focus of it.
Yeah.
Babies.
Yeah.
That should be the title of this episode. Right
Who
now.
run the
Babies.
world?
Babies.
Babies.
Who run the
Babies.
world?
Anyway.
Babies.
Are you sure the title's not gonna be
Oh,
special guest with
I have
Jason?
another news thing actually.
Oh,
when we
yeah,
get into
sure.
football.
Mhm.
Taylor Swift was spotted.
I know. My brother and my dad can't stop talking about it.
Why are they so?
Wait,
why are people
I don't
so
know.
invested about this?
I don't know.
It's not even just them either. Like the views went up. So clearly, this is the most important thing to ever happen in the history of the world.
Taylor Swift spotted?
Taylor Swift was at was it a Bears game?
Okay.
The Bears were playing who were they playing? The Chiefs?
I don't know. Oh yeah,
I
the
think the
guys
Bears-
on the Chiefs. What, Travis Kelce on the Chiefs?
Yeah, so the Bears were playing the Chiefs. And one of the Chiefs players, his name is Travis Kelce,
I think that's right.
Yeah, I know him.
who is rumored to be dating Taylor Swift. So Taylor Swift is pulled up to the game, and when the camera was on her and
Wait.
people knew that she was at the game, the viewers went, "Oh!"
So
But
apparently,
Travis Kelce is like 24 and Taylor Swift is like 56.
56.
Hey, put some respect on that name. Now.
Whoa.
Put some respect on that name now.
Anyway,
That's Taylor Swift.
yeah, it's like she's actually just I don't know, nurturing him. No,
The truth is, the
No, she's
Swifties
not.
love.
How old is Taylor Swift though? Probably like 32.
She has to be older than 32 now. She's been in the game for a while.
I think she's like 32.
I'm gonna say 35.
All right,
Jason, search it up.
Let me search it up.
Jason is our personal searcher.
Fact
from now
searcher.
on.
Yeah.
She's 33.
Look at that! Ding, ding, ding.
I said 35.
I said 32. I'm closer.
Oh,
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
you got that.
Anyway, Travis Kelce. Yeah, I think it's the Chiefs, but I don't really know. And then like,
Yeah, he plays on the Chiefs.
okay, yeah, he's like a tight end. He's like very famous right now at the moment or something.
But he's played wide
He's a
receiver.
good tight end.
And so his apparently he publicly
tight end,
asked her
tight end.
out.
Oh,
And she like responded or something, and then like next thing you know, she's at the game like cheering him on, so people think they're dating, right? Kelce and Swift, and then I was like, or it was the TV was on,
Mhm.
and the Commanders are playing the Eagles next week or something.
The who?
The Eagles.
No, the Commanders. That's crazy.
Yeah, and so basically they were like, the Commanders they were talking about the Kelce and Swift stuff. And they were like, the Commanders have a different Kelce and Swift to worry about. And the reason they said that is because Travis Kelce's brother is like on the line for the Eagles or something.
Mm.
So they showed his name on the back of his jersey right next to another player on the Eagles. This last name is Swift.
That's hilarious.
I was like, that was a good transition.
That's fantastic.
Right,
They need
right.
double their pay.
When y'all said Travis
Double their
Kelce,
pay.
I was thinking of Kadarius Toney for some reason.
Kadarius Toney.
That's why I said
Never heard that.
24. But Travis Kelce's 33 also.
Oh, so this same age?
Mm-hmm.
Look, Sean, it's completely
This is like the first time Taylor Swift has dated somebody
56.
her age.
56.
Yeah, that was wild. That was wild. All right, you were wild. I'm not gonna lie.
Jason, you're about,
That was
you're about to
some
get
TMZ,
canceled
bro.
by the Taylor Swift fans out here. Yeah.
Jason just said Taylor Swift is like damn near 60. Anyway, shout out to I think Taylor Swift is probably one of the biggest. She might be the biggest artist in the world.
Yeah, I think probably, maybe.
I know people like to say Bad Bunny. I know I like to say Drake, but
I mean,
Don't ever say Bad Bunny.
you don't like Bad Bunny?
I hate him, bro. He's
Don't pull up to LA
overrated.
then.
I don't
Don't pull
think-
up to LA. They love Bad Bunny out
well,
there.
The Weeknd is number one on Spotify.
Maybe it's the weekend. I mean, they're all the biggest.
Yeah, Taylor Swift has such like a long running fame. So does Drake. I feel like Bad Bunny. I hear that name way less than I hear Taylor Swift.
I think Bad Bunny is a runner up in terms of like the world outside of America.
Oh, okay.
I think he's fresher than the other people we mentioned, but he's coming there.
I don't
He knows
hear his name that much, which is what I'm saying.
Really?
Like, I wouldn't even put him in the running, but I don't know what. Like, let's see what his Spotify rating.
With all my Latin American friends, they're like Bad Bunny is the Drake of the rest of the world.
Okay, yeah, well, we're right. So I'm not saying that's not true. I'm just saying on a personal note. I
Yeah,
haven't heard the
is
name
this who you
that
hear?
frequently. 73.5 million monthly listeners, though, which is insane. Eighth in the world. So The Weeknd is
The
first.
Weekend rap.
The Weeknd's like always first.
Weekend's number one.
With 106 million monthly listeners.
Dang.
Taylor Swift, this is just Spotify, by the way, is 100.8. Wait a second.
Taylor
Wait.
Swift is 108.
Yeah, she's 108, and
Doesn't
The
that make
Weeknd's
her-
106.
Doesn't
So
that make
why
her
is-
number one?
I guess they have a different measuring system so she's second in the world. But she has more monthly listeners, but maybe it changes month to month.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
so, anyway, and then let's see Drake.
I'm gonna guess Drake is 14 or something like that.
Drake is 77.7 million. So I guess it sounds like he's a little bit more than Bad Bunny, and he's at third in the world. Oh, so The
he's at
Weeknd,
third.
Taylor Swift, Drake. And then Bad Bunny is like a little bit further down the list.
Oh.
Yeah, and he has less than Drake.
Is there anyone notable between Bad Bunny and Drake?
My guess is like Ariana Grande or something.
It's Selena Gomez.
Let's see. Ariana Grande is actually 16th. Probably because she hasn't dropped an album in a while.
17.3 million monthly listeners
Who?
on Lil Tecca.
Okay, Lil Tecca.
Oh,
Lil
snap.
Tecca on the come up.
Who else would be like so big?
Selena Gomez.
No, she hasn't dropped an album in forever.
She's still like crazy popular. Saw her at the VMAs.
Nah, bro, she got 54.
She was on Calm Down.
She's 33rd. She's 33rd in the world. Like she got like.
I thought
like,
she was second
she's
place
33rd.
in the world.
Like
for a
nobody
period.
listens to her. No, let's see Olivia Rodrigo though, because she just.
Rodrigo gotta be
dropped
up
an
there.
album.
I'm gonna guess top 20.
She got 63 million monthly listeners, so she's 18th right now.
Yes, lead top 20.
She's 2 behind Ariana. That's pretty crazy. All right.
How's Ariana getting more than
Who else we got though? Because we got the top 3. So who do you think 4 is?
Beyonce or Rihanna?
I would not say them because neither of them has dropped a recent album, right?
Beyonce just dropped an album like 2 years ago.
She's 43rd. No, like nobody listens to her.
I do feel like her demographic is getting a little older.
Who else? Who are we missing? There's definitely some like huge.
Who are the goats?
I wonder where SZA's at.
SZA's not.
I'm just curious though where SZA's at. 68 mil. 14th in the world. More popular than Ariana Grande at the
SZA?
moment.
I mean, I personally like SZA more than Ariana. No offense to Ariana. She's also a great artist.
Well, SZA's like that album with her on the diving board is like so good.
I just thought she was very like niche. Like only some people would listen to her all the time.
I don't know. I guess not.
Guess not. I was wrong. SZA, you got it.
All right, we can end the podcast when we find one person that's in between
Hey, Kevin.
Bad Bunny and Drake.
Look at Sean.
Wow.
I searched up his
What?
You want to show
full
that
name.
to the audience?
Don't
Look,
show that to the
Okay,
audience.
I searched up his full name on Google and this popped up.
If you
Sean's
search up my
football
name,
photo
my
popped up.
old football photo from
And
high
then-
school will
and
pop
also
up.
this-
Oh, look at that. It was LinkedIn. Wow. Jason just giving you that full plug, Sean.
Yes, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
All right, who do we think? Is like
Burna Boy, try Burna Boy. I think he's hot in the world. but
I've never
not
even heard that
in
guy.
America.
Burna Boy?
Yeah, that's like a.
Bro, he got 19 million. He's 314.
Oh, we're close.
I was gonna
Okay.
say,
Wait, who could be in the middle of that?
well, what
We
do you
named
mean?
like all the biggest artists.
Well, okay. Drake and then Ariana, right? Is that who we're dealing with?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we decided that Olivia Rodrigo is in between. Is actually
It's less than
more
Ariana.
popular. But if we get another person in the top 10, like we're definitely missing someone huge. I just can't think about it.
The Weeknd.
We already
We
got,
already got
the
The
weekend.
Weeknd.
Oh, yeah.
That's number one.
What about
We're taking who's
Doja
number
Cat?
2?
What about Doja Cat?
Oh, Doja must be high. Top 20. Top 20.
Doja Cat.
Please, top 20. When do you
Oh,
guys-
I think I might have found 5th in the world. All right.
Doja?
Yeah.
Dang. Oh, wait,
All
so
right.
who's above
Who's
Doja?
4th?
Who's fourth?
Who's-
Taylor Swift.
No, she's
She's second.
Oh,
Who's 4th?
Above Doja and under Drake. I feel like not to hate, but like that's a big gap. That could that could be anybody.
Rihanna.
Rihanna.
Let's check.
But she hasn't
Rihanna.
dropped music in a while.
She got 77. That's what I'm talking about.
Is
That's
it
what
Rih-
I'm
is it
talking
Rih-
about. It's Rihanna. Yeah.
No way! Yo, you see, my brother is the GOAT.
Look at that.
Nothing gets past him.
Look at that.
Rihanna.
Yeah.
So it's like it's Weeknd, Taylor, Drake, Rihanna,
Bad. Sorry. Doja Cat.
Doja Cat,
Yeah.
everybody else, Bad Bunny. Oh, sorry, Ariana, Olivia.
No,
Bad
I think
Bunny?
Olivia Rodrigo was above Ariana. I think. Wait.
No, I think that Olivia was
she-
2 under
was she
Ariana.
8? Oh, that or she was 2 above. I can't remember.
Oh, that's true.
We'll check that.
Or is it? But Bad Bunny's.
Oh no, she's 2 below Ariana.
Oh, okay. 2 below Ariana. Okay, so it's Bad Bunny, Ariana, Olivia.
Bad Bunny is 8th.
Dang.
So
These are just all goats. These are like people that are like astronomically in a different like scale.
and I wonder who's in between on all those.
I am curious.
You can
to
probably
know.
Google it, but it's kind of fun to guess.
It is fun to guess, man. Like who's who. Tell us in the comments below.
Yeah, who's your favorite of the top 5?
Tell them to like and subscribe.
Again,
Guys.
Yeah.
Hit that subscriber button.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's
Thank
go.
you, Let's go. Yeah, tell us your favorite artists out of the top 5. You know, The Weeknd, Taylor Swift, Drake, Rihanna, Doja Cat. Who is your favorite of the?
You
top
already know
5?
what my top 5 is. Drake. You
If
ever
I
see
had
that
to
video?
choose one of those, I would actually pick Taylor Swift.
Of those 5?
Yeah, I would pick Taylor Swift
Over Weekend?
over
I
the
play
week.
Weekend.
I think the Weeknd is really good, but I think I like more Taylor Swift songs than I like the Weeknd songs. But that might just because she has more songs.
Well, okay, but Doge? Still?
I think Doja Cat has some bangers. They all have some bangers.
This is
but
the top
like-
5.
Okay.
Oh, number
Taylor
5
Swift.
has to be Nicki Minaj.
No, 5 is Doja Cat.
Oh.
But I'll go Taylor Swift.
Mhm.
Right, this is gonna be a hot take no matter what.
Mhm.
I'll go Taylor Swift,
Mhm.
The Weeknd.
Mhm.
Say anything but Drake.
Well, yeah, Taylor Swift, The Weeknd. Who am I missing now? Wait, why can't I remember? So,
Taylor Swift, The Weeknd,
Drake.
Doja Cat,
Rihanna.
Drake,
Ooh.
Rihanna.
I love Rihanna, but I feel like I don't listen to her songs that frequently. So it's almost like I can't quite give her the spot. I gotta give it to Drake as much as for third, which I never thought I would do. And then I gotta
It's a different time.
okay, if Rihanna drops like a few more bangers soon, she'll get the spot. But because I feel like I haven't heard her name in a
She
while,
kind of quit music for a long
she's
minute.
gonna have to get the 5th spot. Nothing. I love Rihanna, but it's gonna go Doja and then Rihanna.
I understand.
Yeah.
You can't be the top without dropping music. You gotta be present.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, I respect like the legacy, obviously.
No,
but
you
it's
can
like,
still
we're
be a
talking about-
legacy version of the GOAT.
right.
But there's I feel like there's 2 different types of the best. There's the best of all time and then the best right now.
Exactly. We're doing the best. We're talking about the best right
Wait,
now.
what's
Best
your
right
top
now.
5?
The most popular.
Drake number 1, obviously. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna go. This is hard. I want to I'm gonna just say it. Rihanna second.
Dude,
Rihanna
I
second.
can't blame anybody for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is all.
I can't
They're all
blame
fantastic
anybody for it.
people. I feel like Rihanna's music has really stuck with me for longer. I'll give it Taylor next. I think Taylor in general is one of the best. It's just I'm not in her demographic of listeners at all.
Fair enough.
So, but I highly respect her music, and she has some songs I appreciate. Then I give it to The Weeknd, and then I give it to Doja last.
We got some pretty different ones.
I think it just depends on where are you demographically in the spectrum.
Right.
What do you
I think-
listen to?
I think
Alright,
I'd give it Weekend number 1.
Word,
Okay, just like the
word.
list.
Go ahead.
Rihanna number 2.
Okay.
Where
You got Doja
Doja
Cat,
Cat.
Drake, and
Rihanna.
no, you already did Rihanna.
Oh, that's right.
Doja Cat, Drake, and Taylor Swift
Taylor Swift.
left.
Doja Cat,
Okay, number 3.
Taylor Swift, then
Okay.
Drake.
Okay,
All right,
Jake, number
all
5.
right,
Oh, snap.
all right,
Okay.
all right. You're wrong, but all right. You're right. I like it.
All right. On that note, I guess we should wrap up here, right?
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
All right.
Bye,
Thank you
y'all.
for joining us. It's National Podcast Day.
National
Happy National Podcast Day. Glad we got another in-person one. We weren't expecting this, but we got it.
That's what I'm
'Cause we're
talking
blessed,
about.
you
That's
know
I'm
what I mean?
talking about, yeah.
Shout out to you guys for being with us for this long, and we got a
Yes.
couple more episodes.
Shout out.
It's we on 47,
This is 46 right here.
46.
Yeah.
Well, this is episode 46. We got a couple more episodes for you down the line. Thank you for being with us again.
Thank you for joining us, Jason.
Yeah, shout out to our special guest, my younger brother. You know what I mean? Always checking the time, checking the Google searches.
Yes,
He's
sir.
on it, bro.
He's on
it.
the quick facts.
That's what I'm
You know
saying.
what
Boom. You said top 4? Say less. Rihanna. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
He's on it.
Yeah.
Anyway, on that note, we'll wrap this up now. So it's been your boy King Kudja.
And Cobb Drippy.
And don't forget about
Jason.
Jason.
and we'll catch you on the next episode or something, man. All right. 2 Chainz.
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah.
Woo. All right. Wow, that was fantastic. Hey, dab me up. It's a good episode, brother. It's a good episode.
That was an episode.